You've got 6 weeks to sell $20,000 worth of desktop calculators door to door, or you're fired. Could you do it? Could you do it? Look, on your ascent to being building an apex business, from self-employed to a scalable business, you're going to have to master sales, how to sell anything to anybody at any time. Now, is that even possible? So if you want to do that, if you want to do that quickly and learn the first step of going to the apex, click on the link in the pinned comment below. If you want to do it really fast, go to blairsinger.com/plan, and we can sit down and talk to you about it. But selling $10,000, $20,000, actually the assignment was $10,000 years ago, but with inflation, it's way more than $20,000 today. Could you do it? Do you have the energy to do it? Now, I'm going to cover two sides of this coin. How to sell anything to anybody, anytime. Is that possible? I think it is, because you're always selling something. But there's two sides to it. Remember this, okay? When it comes to selling, my first sales position, that was the assignment that I got. Here's a business directory, go. You got 6 weeks or you're fired. And by the way, we weren't even getting paid, so it was on commission, so I don't know what they were firing me about. But here's the point. The point is this. If you understand that the key to selling anything to anybody is not what you think, I'm going to tell you what you don't not understand first. First of all, it has nothing to do with the product, has nothing to do with the customer, has nothing to do with the price, has nothing to do with the economy, has nothing to do with any of that stuff. There was a sign in our sales room when I had my first sales position that says, salesmanship begins when the customer says no. And I figured, okay, that's about handling objections. I'll figure that out. But after a day, 2, 3 days of rejection, getting kicked out of an office, not even making a presentation, I was ready to quit. I was going to go into my manager. I said, this is not for me. And I looked at that sign one more time, and then I got it. Salesmanship has nothing to do with the customer. What's the toughest sale of all is you selling you to you. It's not about the customer. I went back out and in one day made 68 cold calls in one day and sold nothing that day, but accomplished the most important sale of all, which was me selling me to me. I could tell you all the horror stories of what happened. Some of them are hilarious. But when I came to the realization that sales had nothing, very little to do with anybody else, but it had to do with what was going on between my right and left ear, then I understood that's a battle I can win. That's a battle I can win. And once I stopped worrying about what other people thought about me and about the price and all that stuff, I just became a maniac for a day. But I didn't sell anything. The following day, once I broke through that membrane, I made my quota in 2 or 3 days and went on to become the #1 salesperson for the corporation I was working with within 18 months. So can you sell? Yeah, you can sell to yourself anytime, any place. You can sell yourself on just about anything, okay, if you want to. Number 2 is the other part you don't get. It's not about the price, it's not about the customer, it's not about any of that stuff. We always say that 2 people come together in a selling situation. The person with the highest energy wins. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, if their energy is higher not to buy than yours is to sell, they're going to win. If your energy to serve them is greater than their energy to be conservative, then they'll buy. Okay? Either way, but highest energy wins. So what'd you learn already? What you learned already, in order to sell anything to anybody, it has less to do with what people are talking about the price. And we're going to get to all that in a second. So I'm going to get to a couple more steps of the physical things that you can do. But first, you must get it through your head that the sale starts right here. If you are not confident, if you don't feel it, you better act it out and get yourself into a state to do it, or don't waste your time and don't waste anybody else's time. Okay. Now I've got some interesting stories that we may have time to tell about all that. Okay. So those are the 2 things that most people don't think about. All right. Let me give you about 3 or 4 other steps if you want to sell anything to anybody. Number 1, got to know people's needs. This is obvious. Not what you think they are, what you know they are. Now, how do you know what their needs are? Well, because you research and you talk to them and you spend time with them. One of the first big deals I ever did many years ago, I spent 2 months. I targeted one customer that I was going to sell a very high ticket item for $150,000 US, a computer system. Now, in those days, that was a lot of money. And I spent 2 months, roughly 2 months, talking to them, researching, learning everything that I could about them. So when it came time to buy, when it came time for them to buy, it was the obvious choice. You got to know what they want. Next thing, 1, 2, 3. This is number 4. Okay. Do not, if you're trying to sell, do not fall into the pitch trap. Don't pitch. I know you're going to have an elevator pitch. Don't pitch. That's a trap. Somebody says to you, okay, tell me what you got. Give me your pitch. Don't do that. Walk away. You'll never sell there. Because at the moment that you do that, you have allowed them to put you into the category of being a commodity. And now they're going to just hear your pitch. If they like it, they'll buy, maybe. If not, all they're going to really do is compare you against somebody else, and they just want to entertain themselves. And they're playing with you, okay? So don't do that. Don't pitch. What do you do instead? Ask questions. Say, look, I'd love to tell you I'd love to pitch to you, but I don't really know that much about what you need. So can you answer a few questions for me? And they say, well, I don't want to hear about that. And I'm not interested, because I'm only going to deal with people that are legitimate buyers that want to have that want to have a solution. Is that something you want? Well, yeah. Okay, good. So let me ask you a few questions. Keep asking. And then here's the key. Okay. I've talked to 3 or 4 entrepreneurs about this, and I'm not crazy about this. When it comes time, if you've done all that, when it comes time to actually sell them something or pitch it, all you do is you turn around exactly what they said to you and tell them you're going to give them exactly what you told them. Now, whether you can deliver that or not, if you can at least find solutions for it, maybe you can deliver part of it. You can't deliver all of it, but you deliver to them what they said they wanted in their language. Okay. All right. Number 5. Give them an irresistible offer. Now, a lot of people talk about irresistible offers like an offer you can't refuse. I'm going to bundle this and bundle that and add all these pieces in. That's old school. I don't recommend doing that. Give them exactly what they want on their terms, like I just said, but add something they haven't thought of. What do I mean by that? I happen to work with an amazing company that makes dog kennels. Okay, dog kennels. Very expensive dog kennels, over $1,000 for a portable dog kennel, right? And they had, through the pandemic, they had no problem selling, none whatsoever. I said, well, how do you sell these things? Don't people object to price? They're like 5, 10 times the price of most of them. And they go, never. I go, why? They go, well, the reason we created this company is that we had dogs and we had kids, and they grew up together. And unfortunately, hundreds of thousands of animals across America are killed, put away, given away, abandoned, because that cute little puppy turns into a beast one day, and they can't control it. And they not only lose the relationship, they lose the animal. And we don't want that to happen. We want your dog to be part of your family forever, as long as they can. So that those pictures, you nurture them, they're a member of the family, and that's why we create these kennels. I'm going, wow, I hadn't even thought of that. I want a kennel. I don't need one, but I want a kennel, right? Why? Because they articulated a level of value that the customer wasn't even thinking about. I need a kennel. They weren't thinking about family relationships. They weren't thinking about the fact that beast that they now have was once a cute little puppy. Okay, so you got to articulate some additional value. Now, here's a couple bonus things. Number 1, make it visual. My friend Simon Bowen from Perth, Australia, amazing consultant, great sales consultant as well, says whenever you can make your case visual, particularly now that we're doing everything on camera and Zoom, if you can make it visual through diagrams and color, people can attach to that, and we remember a lot more what we see rather than what we hear. You'll hear what I say. If I go much more than about 10 minutes, you're going to forget most of what I said in the beginning, okay? So again, make it visual. Next bonus, case studies. It's obvious. Get some case studies. Like if somebody is looking for a sales solution, for example, and you sell sales training, for example, say, look, can I tell you a story about somebody that was in a business very similar to yours, had a very similar problem. Actually, the problem was a little bit bigger than yours. Can I tell you what we did with them or what happened for them? Because why? And by the way, don't talk about, I've worked with 5,000 people in 50 countries. No, I work with a company just like yours on the other side of town or the other side of the state. Why? Because they can't relate to another country. They can relate to something local. Okay. Now, Keep this in mind. Can you sell anything to anybody? Yes, you can sell anything to anybody, even if you don't sell it. If you're putting your mindset is you're going to sell them a solution to whatever it is that they're looking for. Okay, you may not be able to sell it, but maybe you know your area the best. You can refer them to this person, to that person, to this company. Maybe offer partial solution, but you can always sell something. You can always sell something. Okay. Now, can you sell something to anybody? Yeah. Well, here's the point. You remember this. You are always, listen to me closely. You are always selling something. You're selling your attitude. You're selling your lack of attitude. You're selling an idea, a vision. You're selling influence. You're selling indifference. You're selling the fact that you don't care. You're selling your arrogance. You're selling the fact that you love them. You're always selling something. Because the answer to the question is, can you sell anything to anybody? You're already doing it. But you got to be careful. Like I said in the very beginning, what are you selling? There's a great movie that I show to teams once in a while. And in the movie, Ben Affleck says there's no such thing as a no sale call. A sale is made on every call you make. Either you sell the client some stock, or you sell them something, or they sell you on a reason they can't. Either way, a sale is made. The only question is who's going to win, you or them. And be relentless. And I agree with that. There's no such thing as a no sale call. You're always selling something. And the most difficult sale of all is you selling you to you. One more little bonus. Somebody asked me, well, it's COVID times. I said, look, COVID schmovid. COVID's just another excuse. It's just another objection. Don't take it that big. I had a person on my team and she said, well, yeah, but there's COVID and there's this. I go, my dear, it's just another objection. Handle it the same way. It's just that everybody's got another excuse not to buy something. Even though they still need it, they have another excuse not to buy. Well, you know what? With the following week, she went out and closed the biggest. It was a $50,000 deal, $50,000 ticket. And it was the biggest ticket she'd ever sold. And it was the first one she's ever sold. And she just said, I couldn't believe it. I said, understand that the sale starts up here. If you think it's a problem, they're going to think it's a problem. If you think it's too expensive, they're going to think it's too expensive. If you think you're going to waste their time, you're going to waste their time. I could go on and on and on. I've been in this business. And so if you've been in sales long enough, you know that whatever objection's out there, you're creating it. So can you sell anything to anybody? Maybe. But you can certainly sell something to you every single time, okay? So hopefully you got some value out of this. If you got some value out of this, please share this, like this video. If you want to learn more, subscribe and look at the rest of our videos. And for sure, if you've got your own stories, sales stories about selling anything to anybody, whether you agree with it, whether you violently disagree, let me know. I want to hear about them. Put it in the comment section, send it to me, and we'll talk about it. And for sure, if you want to start your journey to not only mastering the sales component of your business, which is 1 out of 8 steps to the apex of building a scalable business and building a selling system, then go to blairsinger.com/plan, and we'll sit down and we'll plot it out for you, and we'll work together, okay? So be awesome. Remember, the toughest sell of all is you selling you to you. Be amazing and watch what you're selling.